Maneva na sema PENDREAM TV. PENDREAM TV de osia dem yopo.
I think for 10 minutes each for each panelist on the matter of the decision that has been made, the AG's opinion on the docket that was sent to the Attorney General by the CID on the Professor from Boateng report. Don't forget, this matter is also even before the Special Prosecutor's Office. The AG is of the opinion that aside 3 people, I think a certain Mante, a journalist, a certain John Foyata, and of course the famous Ekowusi. I said the 3 of them, with the AG believes that more work can be done on investigation. The rest that were mentioned in the Professor from Boateng report, as for them, they're not a strong case. There's no evidence that has been put forward, both from the CID and Professor from Boateng, for any action to be taken on them. I'll start with Mr. Solomon also once again and go around.
Yes, I heard the Attorney General defend his position, and I felt it was unfortunate. It was an unfortunate advice because, see, as we speak, our forest cover is destroyed. By 1900, we had about 8.8 hectares of forest cover. By 1950, it had reduced to 4.2. As of 1999, we only had about 1.5 million. You and I drove to Nkrofo, and we went past the Ankobra River. What did we see? Milo. Water body turned Milo color, brownish in all aspects. And my own village, the Apaprama forest that Professor Frempong Boateng captured, is where I come from, and I know the level of destruction. So there is no doubt that issue of Galamsey is destroying our environment, water bodies, and so on and so forth, leading to a lot of problems. And so if you are an Attorney General and a report that was not even meant for you, that report, remember, was sent to the Chief of Staff way back in 2021, when the Chief of Staff asked the then Chairman of the Interministerial Committee to present his whole overview of their activities. Any name that was mentioned in the report, the good professor gave reasons why their names had to be captured in the report. And so if you are an Attorney General and you know that one of the problems the country is facing is Galamsey, and you are professing advice, after all, you are saying it was the police that submitted a report to you seeking your advice. If for any reason the report had been submitted to you lacked the basis for any conviction or to take to court, the reasonable thing to do as an Attorney General is to advise the police to do a further work, detailed work. Or you can even direct them as to areas to look at. And not just to say we cannot prosecute 12 out of the 15 people that names that were submitted. See, in the very report that Professor Frempong Boateng submitted to the Chief of Staff, in one instance where he described Sir John as a danger to the forest, he said that in the presence of the President. Did the police, in their investigation, contact the President to deny or confirm that aspect of the report? The issue relating to the Chastni Tekotego, the protozoas, and so on and so forth, he said they called him. Was it the case that the police resorted to the Tekos to retrieve some of these voice notes so that they'll come and tell us that there is no basis for their names to be mentioned? Any name the good professor mentioned, he ascribed reasons to. When he mentioned Mr. Kweku Baku's name, he said he called him. Indeed, Mr. Kweku Baku came out to confirm that indeed he called, but the only issue was that what they discussed had nothing to do with what the Prof was saying. I mean, how? In the case of Gabby Asarochilaku, he said Gabby called him. Gabby has not been able to deny that he called him.
Yeah, he said he did that in his capacity as a lawyer.
So you see, so if indeed you call the man, Sana, you sitting here, Professor Frimpong Boateng never captured your name as having called him to discuss any Galamsey matter. Why, of all the people in government, these were the names that he fished out? And if you are an attorney general that you care so much, don't be thinking about yourself alone. That today you can afford a bottle of mineral water. Go to my village and see whether the people are able to afford that your water that you are sitting in Accra and giving this advice. And to the police, what sort of investigations went on? They are saying Professor Frimpong Boateng didn't give further better particulars. It is not the job of Professor Frimpong Boateng to be giving you that further better particulars. At best, he will give you the leads. He gave you the lead that, look, this man did this. He called me. So the lead is to go to court and get an order to go and then retrieve the voices to follow through and not to sit down and expect further and better particulars. When indeed, everything that is said, is it not based on the same report that you are saying that as for Kwewuzi and then John Ofori and Setmante, yes, you have to have a second look at it. Is it the case that because Kwewuzi, John Ofori and Setmante are not integral part of this government, that's why you want them to be sacrificed? You cannot be doing this. You see, when Galamsey is not done in secret, it's an open activity. Look, if the police were even mindful, go to any of the mining areas, Galamsey sites. You don't even need to go to the site. Just get to the trotro station or taxi stations and ask those that are responsible for the Galamsey. They will tell you without any hustle. They all know. So why are we pretending? Why are we pretending? You are not doing, don't think that by doing so you are protecting the image of the government. There is a difference between individuals and government. And that is why every individual has his or her name. The mere fact that the person belongs to the government does not mean whatever he or she does represents the policy of the government. So you deal with the person for the country to move on. But this is business of trying to cover up for them. You are rather making the situation. And thankfully, the good Prof is still alive. He's not dead. When he mentioned the names, did you not hear those whose names were mentioned threatening to send him to court? What has happened to it? Why are they not suing them? In any case, if those whose names were mentioned feel strongly that they have been given a raw deal by Prof, why are they not going to court to sue for defamation? Because they know that in court, Prof will come out with the truth. But let me say that, like they say, crime has no expiry date. And this matter, unfortunately for whoever will be happy today that your name has been cleared, the report is available for any future government that is so mindful about protecting the environment of this country to follow through. Only just yesterday or so, someone is on record to adjort and spent 90 million. He has 15 years in jail. I'm talking about tuition.
Yeah, the pastor is working free.
You said the pastor is working free, eh?
Yes.
That's supposed to be what the board chairman also?
Of course. We
have people left, right, center just dissipating the resources of this country. And you think with this president, any serious leader will leave you or let go of you? Not the movement will change in this country. Because our change, look, 2024, there will be a change of government. That one is an established principle. But that change must be a transformational change. Not merely changing from NDC MPP. That is not the change. Transformation, a change that will bring real growth. Prevent people that will be put in positions from dissipating the resources of this country. Godfrey Dame, relatively, is a young man, but I have been so disappointed in how he has handled this Professor Frimpong Boateng. And you see, if you want people to have confidence in politicians, these are some of the issues that you deal with for people to have confidence in politicians. Whoever reads the report or the advice you give to the police would immediately say that it is because those whose names were mentioned are integral members of the New Patriotic Party. That is why you are finding every ways and means to cover it down, to protect them. But like I said, it is not good for the image of this country. And the earlier he revisited, direct the police to go back and do a thorough work. And the police too, you are supposed to be an independent institution. You don't have to sit down for people to come and show you how to conduct your investigations. So that together we can protect the environment. Recently, a professor in Konfonochi also alluded to the fact that babies that were being born with different 3 legs, 4 eyes and so on as well, could be traced to the menace of Galamsey. You understand? Kidney cases. Now they are estimated that close to about 5 million Ghanaians have an issue with kidney. You understand? Dialysis, already we are unable to pay. They increased it from what? 380 or something to and head broke loose.
765.
Already we are unable to contain the small problems you have, and you are compounding it with Galamsey.
Okay. So thank you.
Professor
Yanka says when you have a president that rides roughshod over the multifarious problems in his own country and junkets to bootlick in the US, as is his habit, what else do you expect of him in the issue of Israel-Palestine conflict than an expression of his greedy, sycophantic position of supporting Israel? Doesn't this confused government have any sense of history? Don't they listen to what the position of the AU is? We have inflicted a dangerous element called the precedent on ourselves. That is Professor. Well, he just writes Professor Yanka. Okay. Every Professor Yanka is original. Right. So we can't say there's an original Professor Yanka. Well, this is Papa BCU in Accra who says, hi, who even forced Nanado to declare support for Israel? Is it because of terrorism? Cash he wants from US. Nobody should ever give Nanado's government cash because it will be shared amongst him and his party folks, like how they shared the COVID fund and the $1 million per constituency that we heard Wuntumi, the regional chairman of Ashanti region, is always taking 20% off. And I'm sure the rest of the 80% might have been shared among their various constituency executives. Hey, Nanado, pension for cash and not bothered to improve the loss of majority of suffering Ghanaians. That's Papa BC who sent that from Accra. Masola Kwabli says the reckless Akufo-Addo is pretending not to know or heard anything about how homeless the Akosombo Dam spillage has rendered some people in the Volta region, but he's there poking his nose into the conflict between Israel and Hamas. He's the worst president not only in the Fourth Republic but since independence.
Dedi kama mamena PENDREAM TV ase. Na so far so good. Say open online portal e wo Ghana. Nipa share, nipa follow, nipa comment here. To my best of knowledge, without any biases, PENDREAM TV.